Well, hey, friends, welcome to What's Cooking with Paula Deen today. We've got a lot cooking, don't we, Bobby?
We do.
I'll tell y'all what, Bobby and I went to Evine. And if you don't know what Evine is, it's the channel that I display my products and offer them out there to everybody. It's like Home Shopping Network. And it's located in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We got up there right off the bat. It was like ice cold. I didn't even bring a sweater. Had to go into the airport mall and buy me a coat before I could even leave. But anyway, our visit.
Good thinking to not check the weather before you go up to the border of Canada.
What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. But we had the most incredible time at Evine, and it was Bobby's first trip. And Bobby, I was so happy.
It was fun. The people are really nice. The people that run the network, and it's kind of a laid back organization, but they're serious and they know what they're doing.
Yes.
I had a good time.
Yeah, I love working with the folks there. They're really good. But what was so exciting to me was I was introducing my first small appliance ever.
And you sold out.
And we sold out.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Well, I tell you what, it helped so much you being there, Bobby, because like Sunday, Bobby and I had 6 hours of live TV. You know, just standing in front of the camera for 6 hours talking about this air fryer. And like I said, son, I don't know if I could have made it without you.
Well, I'm glad I was able to go support you.
Because I was tired just thinking about it, but it was the excitement overrode the tiredness. This air fryer, y'all, it just gives you the ability to cut out a lot of fats. And, of course, you can do that at home. You don't have to have an air fryer to do it. You can do it in your oven.
Right.
The air fryer is just more compact, less cleanup. You know, it's just really convenient. And two, I have found that everything I've cooked in it, it's so moist. It's crispy on the outside, but moist on the inside, which a chicken breast, I've just found when I cook it in the oven.
Super dry.
Super dry.
Super dry. But yeah, it works great. I like being in, here's the thing for me. I like to cook at home a lot, and really it's because I like to be in control of everything that's in and on my food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Including how much oil or grease or fat. So the little oil spritzer thing is nice because the ones they sell in the store can have some things in it that you don't necessarily want to spray on your food. And it's just the oil, you know. But that's the way I've always done it. I've always used olive oil and a paintbrush. Do you know what I mean? To like paint my chicken or to paint my fish or whatever. A little bit of salt and pepper, but
it's so scary, Bobby. You go to the grocery store, and I'll pick up items, and it's got so many ingredients listed, things that I've never heard of.
Yeah, it's
and
scary.
I said, this is scary.
Yeah.
What is all that stuff?
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's why we should all be eating more whole foods and stuff that just grows right out of the ground.
Yeah, I mean, and how about organic? Do you lean? If you have
I
an
think
option,
it's
do you
worth.
buy
Yeah,
more?
I do. Most of the time, I do.
Well, I've read that there's some things that we should buy organic, like an apple.
The deal is
definitely.
The deal is this: what you don't see happening to your food is all the chemicals that are sprayed on it, and you know, just like we were talking about the spray cans of the oil and stuff. There are things that you don't want that you can't see, and with organic products, they're grown more naturally, and they don't use all those terrible chemicals on them and stuff. So I feel better about it, and that also is the reason why I have a great garden at my house.
Yeah.
Do you know? That's why I have a lemon tree and a grapefruit tree and tomato plants, because I like to grow it all as fresh as I can.
Oh, Bobby, and our peach tree is loaded this year.
I'll be back.
Well, you better hurry, honey, because let me tell you something.
Because the squirrels are all over?
The squirrels, I walked out the other day, and there was probably 12.
Large squirrels?
No, there was like 12 peaches with one bite out of them because they're not ripe yet. So the squirrels are picking them, biting them, and spitting them out.
Saying I'll be back.
Yeah.
So anyhow, good trip to Minneapolis.
It was. It was.
And congratulations.
And we won't be back with the air fryer until like
August. But the good
Yeah.
news is the word will have traveled, because the people that, I
Yes.
think you sold like 6,000 of those while you were there, which is
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
And this is I believe that it's a product that nobody's going to return. Nobody's going to not like it. I can't imagine why. Having used it myself and knowing what it's capable
Well, the
of, I can't imagine
simplicity
anybody not
of it
liking
is just, I just love it. So, speaking of things that's not simple, I'm going to leave you hanging. We're going to take a break.
Things that are not simple. Algebra.
The space that you live in really affects the way you feel. So my first recommendation is start by updating your window treatments with Smith & Noble. Smith & Noble's beautiful handcrafted blinds, drapes, shades, and shutters are custom made just for you, and they offer different service options to fit your needs. You can work one-on-one, or you can work with one of their expert in-home designers, or you can even do it yourself. To get started today, contact Smith & Noble to get my special limited time offer, 25% off on your window treatments, plus free design consultation. Create a space that you're gonna love. For details about my special offer, go to smithandnoble.com/Paula. That's smithandnoble.com/Paula, or call 1-800-659-3300. That's 1-800-659-3300.
Are you playing a game or are we doing a podcast? I don't understand what's happening.
Both. So, hey, we're back, and I left Bobby hanging with talking about something that wasn't so simple. You know, our game, Paula Deen's Recipe Quest. Well, we have revamped it because we heard from y'all on things that you might like to see a little different. So we listened to every one of y'all, and we've made those changes, and we've relaunched it. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck on a level that I can't get off of. It is so much fun, Bobby.
You're being beaten by yourself.
I'm being beaten by me.
And you get to see your smiling face every time.
Yeah.
Every time you get.
Congrats! I did it. I got through that level.
My favorite thing is that all I see is ham and butter and.
Yes, it's about recipes. When you get to a certain level, you can get that recipe.
Okay.
And then you can become
You mean real
professional. Yeah. And then you can become a professional
chef,
yes.
Oh.
A restaurateur. It's just so much fun. I just love it.
I see that.
But so
fun.
anyway,
yeah, I see how fun it is. You're not putting it down.
I have to put it down because you get like addicted to it, trying to get that next recipe.
It's a fun game.
So Bobby called me last night, y'all, and told me something that I got so excited about. And he's probably going to be embarrassed and probably don't want me talking about it.
That's all right.
But he was invited to read for a movie, a part in a movie, y'all. Well, Mama is over the moon. So Bobby came in here, when was it yesterday? And you read the part.
Read some lines.
Here with Phil, here in the studio. And
sent them in.
Phil,
And Phil, what a huge help Phil was to do that for me.
What's the part?
It is well, first of all, I don't have the part, so I'm talking about a movie that
we know you don't have it yet.
That I'm not necessarily involved in, but
something unusual happened. They called you right after they watched it
and said you might get the part.
You might get the part.
Which that's promising.
Yeah, so
it's fun either way. Doesn't matter whether I get it or not.
No.
Somebody asked me to read lines for a movie. So I got to find out, here's what I got to do. I got to find out how difficult acting is. Because just being in front of a camera doesn't mean that you can act. So I have a newfound respect when you're reading somebody else's words and you're trying to, right away you realize that you don't know how you would say something that's written in somebody else's words. So
that's right.
Anyhow, newfound respect, mad respect for actors. But the movie is about Benjamin Franklin.
Uh-huh.
It's a G-rated movie, so it'll be for families, and it should be a lot of it. It sounds like it's going to be a lot. It's something that sounds fun to me, no matter what happens. But they're going to shoot it in Savannah in
Which is
June.
great, y'all.
They're going to shoot what is?
They're shooting it here in Savannah.
Yeah, well, they shoot lots of stuff here.
I know it. We've got a lot of films right now being shot in Savannah. Isn't there like 3 movies? Is it 6 or 7 in production, y'all, here in Savannah? So yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the movie world here.
People think that movies and television shows are shot in Hollywood and just in New York, and that's completely not true. They shoot locations all the time. Savannah gets a lot of movies shot here. You remember there was a movie called 1969 that was shot here back in the late 80s. Kiefer Sutherland was in it, and Robert Downey Jr. And I recently saw that, and it was so wild to see Savannah from back then. And you remember, of course, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil was shot here.
Yes, I thought that showed Savannah off so
Beautifully. Well, there's a couple of different reasons why they film here. Number one, it's gorgeous.
I think there's some kind of tax break.
Of course, yeah.
Too, so
Yeah.
that determines.
It's inexpensive to do.
Right.
Forrest Gump was shot here.
Yeah.
A lot of it, and in Beaufort and in the Low Country.
Yeah.
And golly, I mean, when you think about it, there's a lot. The Dwayne Johnson, the Rock guy, is here now, and Zac Efron shot 2 movies in this city in the past just couple of years. Yeah, and Robert De Niro was in one of them. But you know, it's such a good thing for the economy because, of course, it brings. After the movie comes out and people see it, of course, it brings people to tourism, comes to Savannah. But while they're here filming, you know, that whole big crew, they're eating out, they're buying gas at our gas stations, they're staying in the hotel. So so how great it is for the economy.
It is.
But,
It's great for the economy.
There are Screen Gems is up in Wilmington, North Carolina. So people don't know, but the East Coast and this part of the country has got there's a lot of filming that goes on here. Eastbound and Down was shot right up on Wrightsville Beach in North Carolina. You know, big time stuff that people are watching and they don't know that it's not in Hollywood.
Right.
So, but anyhow, even if things don't work out with the movie, how exciting is that they called me.
I know, just to be asked.
And having done the auditions yesterday and just, you know, we taped them and edited them real fast and sent them in. And then to actually have somebody contact me last night and say, hey, you know what? We like what you look like and you sound good. Maybe you'll get the part. And I think that often that doesn't happen. So even to get a call back is pretty encouraging.
That's just great. You know, I've only done 1 movie in my lifetime, and when Cameron Crowe called and asked me if I would be in Elizabethtown, he didn't even ask me to read for it. He said, I said, Cameron, do you know I'm not an actress? And he said, well, Paula, you're probably closer than you think. He said, all I want you to do is you just be yourself. But we just gonna call you Aunt Dora. And I said, okay, I'll do that. But it was a wonderful experience being on location of a really high budget movie. It was just wonderful. And now I want to do a movie again. But you know what kind of movie I want to do now?
So does everybody.
Yeah. You know what kind of movie I want to do now?
A suspense murder mystery.
No, although I love those. I do love those.
A horror.
No, I don't want to do a horror.
A comedy. A dramedy.
Well, let me tell you what I want to do.
A romantic comedy. And you're the love interest.
No.
Yes.
No.
Starring Michael.
No. I want to be in an animated movie. I want to be the voice.
Oh, you'd be great.
I want to be like a Southern Lobster or something like that.
Too funny. You know what? People that have, you've got such a distinct voice, it's funny that you've not done that already, that somebody hadn't reached out to you and asked you to do it.
I know.
Because when you watch the animated films, and they're real popular.
They are.
Super popular. The characters are all people that have really recognizable voices. You know?
Yes.
And shoot, in fact, I guess some people don't know, but I feel like it's common knowledge that Gilbert Gottfried is the Aflac duck, you know?
But you know what, Bobby, in animated movies, we used to never know who those voices were.
That's right.
But now these roles for these voices,
Major actors.
there is major actors and actresses. Yes.
They know what
So,
they're doing.
I don't stand a shot. You know, it's like commercials. Our Uncle Bob, my Uncle Bob was a model.
Handsome man.
Handsome, and he was a model in New York, and he was in the commercials where you didn't speak, and then they
Just stood there smoking cigarettes and had your arm around a good-looking young lady.
I think he did do several cigarette commercials.
I know he did.
But
We're talking about a long time ago.
long time ago, and then they started talking commercials, and of course he was from the South, and they said he'd
Can't
have to
use
work on his accent.
Yeah.
But then actors and actresses saw that there was a lot of money in commercials.
Yeah.
So then they started nabbing that too.
Yeah.
So
And people are so well trained now that they can go in and out
Yeah.
of accents. They
Yeah.
know how to do
Yeah.
accents. You don't
I
have to have
can't-
you don't have to have a genuinely Southern person anymore because they'll put a fake
but
Southern
you
person.
know what? You can tell a fake Southern person.
Well, you can. Not everybody.
And this
can.
is the only accent I can do.
I know.
can't. I've tried to do the British, where
It don't work.
I can't do it.
Yeah. Don't work.
Come for a spot of tea?
No.
No, it doesn't work, does it?
No, not at all. Yeah, there's a lot of actors that are focusing on voice work, animated stuff,
Yeah.
and voice work commercials. You know, Mike Rowe does. Do you know who Mike Rowe is? The Dirty Jobs guy.
Yeah.
He does and James Earl Jones. I mean,
Yes.
documentaries.
He's got a fabulous
Morgan
voice.
Freeman. I mean, if God is in a commercial or if
Yeah.
whatever, then it's
Yeah.
generally Morgan Freeman. But Mike Rowe does a lot, and Donald Sutherland, who's a very accomplished actor, hadn't done a movie in ages. He just does voice work.
The daddy.
Kiefer Sutherland's daddy. He's the
Yeah.
voice of Delta in their commercials, and
Wow.
why do movies or television shows when
it's
you
great.
can
You don't have to worry about how you look.
walk in your pajamas?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
right.
want some of that.
Well, tell them.
So if there's any Hollywood producers out there listening,
There
I need
aren't.
to talk to Stratton.
There aren't any.
Well, you never know. Stratton.
Stratton could
Leopold.
probably help you.
Yeah, I forgot to tell Stratton the other day.
You should do some voice work.
Stratton is a Savannah boy, but he was a big Hollywood producer, and I guess he still is.
He's still a mover and shaker in that
yeah,
world.
still a mover
He's
and
a
shaker in Hollywood.
well-respected guy.
I need to tell Stratton.
You should tell Stratton.
I'll call and tell Stratton that I want to be a voice in a movie and see if he can help me.
You should do it.
So I'll let y'all know next week how I came out with that. How about that? So, son, thank you for being here.
You're
with
welcome.
me
I enjoyed
today.
being here.
And thank you for this weekend at
You're
Evine.
welcome.
You
Congratulations
just-
on your sellout.
Thank
It
you,
was
thank
great.
you.
Proud of you and your product.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
The space that you live in really affects the way you feel. So my first recommendation is start by updating your window treatments with Smith & Noble. Smith & Noble's beautiful handcrafted blinds, drapes, shades, and shutters are custom-made just for you, and they offer different service options to fit your needs. You can work one-on-one, or you can work with one of their expert in-home designers, or you can even do it yourself. To get started today, contact Smith & Noble to get my special limited time offer, 25% off on your window treatments, plus free design consultation. Create a space that you're gonna love. For details about my special offer, go to smithandnoble.com/Paula. That's smithandnoble.com/Paula, or call 1-800-659-3300. That's 1-800-659-3300.